Hi everyone. Thanks so much for dropping in today. Before I start my message from Spirit, I wanted to thank everybody who came out to the Crusoe Club on September 21st. It was absolutely amazing. We had such a good time and we have so many memories, so many beautiful memories, from that evening and from, both events actually. I wanted to thank first of all, John, from the Crusoe Club and your staff. And they were my proud sponsor. And, John was amazing. The food was great, John, and everybody loved it. I didn't get one complaint about your food because there's nothing to complain about. It's freaking amazing. Now, I wanted to also thank Kicks FM, and they had the most beautiful hostess out for the evening event, and I want to tell you that she did an amazing job. And so thank you so much, for being my proud sponsor as well. Now, I also want to thank Greg Trombley, who is responsible for the beautiful video on my website at mediumjlane.com. And, when you open up that site, you're able to see it. I don't have a mobile site. We're working on trying to rectify that. But if you're wanting to look at that, you may want to go to Medium J Lane on YouTube and just, go to my account and take a look at the work that Greg Trombley's been doing. It's absolutely amazing. And, Greg, thanks so much for making me shine and for doing such a fantastic job. And, his work certainly doesn't go unrecognized. I mean, we're getting compliments from all over the world. So good job, Greg. And also to Katie from Katie Diamond Promotions and Productions. And I absolutely love Katie because Katie's been kind of my left arm or my left leg type thing, and she's been instrumental in the last few months for getting me out there so much more and for organizing my events and for organizing so much more. And Katie and I have a nice announcement to make within the next month or so. And so we're kind of excited about some projects that we're working on. And we're kind of excited about a lot of things, let me tell you. And so we're going to be talking about that, and you're going to be reading that on the Readings by Jay site, which I hope to change the name of that to Medium J Lane shortly. And so if you wake up one day and you're looking for Readings by Jay and it's not there, it may be under Medium J Lane. Now, just to let you know that I am so happy to do a message from Spirit today because I've had a couple of people interact on the Readings by Jay page, and that page, for those of you that don't know where that is at facebook.com/medium J Lane, and that's JAYLANE. And so I've had a lot of people interact, and I'm not always on that page because there are other people that do post on my behalf. But just to let you know that there's two people that have had a lot of spiritual activity lately, and I thought that I would do a little bit of a different type of message to Spirit and tell you what I get when I read these people's posts. Now, the first person I wanted to talk to was Marilyn. And Marilyn, when I read your posts or even your kudos or, just your social interactions on my page, right away I get the essence of a male that comes around. Now, I don't know if he's connected to you or to someone around you. So it could be a friend connected to a friend, a very good friend though, not someone you haven't seen in 20 years. Or it could be connected to even a husband's side for you. But this is a male that passed away of toxins in the blood. And this male here had much difficulty, actually, I have to tell you, with either liver or with kidneys, because there's a lot of toxins in his blood. But he also shows me bad legs. And I don't know if he had a bad case of varicose veins or blue bruises on his legs, but he also shows me that. Now, this man makes me feel that he passed away by himself. He shows me the 27th, 28th, 29th, so last of the month. And he also shows me the sign of Pisces. And so I don't know if someone's born in March. I don't think it's an association of March 28th, 29th, or 30th. I think that the dates are unrelated, or the months to the dates are unrelated. Now, he comes around quite a bit to say that he's okay with the way he passed and that he was so either drugged up or so sleepy that really he drifted into a beautiful, beautiful realm. And he says that he was actually very surprised that he had passed away. And so he makes me feel really good that he comes around. He says to quit feeling sorry, for the way that he passed. He said it was absolutely perfect and he would not change anything about the way he passed away. He does make me feel that there's a sister essence around him that feels guilty about not being there for his passing. But again, you know, same message. Really, I feel great with the way I passed away. I didn't even know I died. And so he's pretty a jovial type of guy, very, very happy. And he did suffer. He did suffer when he was here, but you know, he's okay with that. Now, I don't know if he had aspired to go further in this lifetime with certain goals that he had, but just to let you know that he really doesn't care about that at this point because he's really happy. He makes me feel that everything that he had lived actually on this earthly plane was enough to embrace, and it was like just a beautiful life for him. So he does make me feel that people and the situations around him were fairly important to him, and that he was a very committed and dedicated type of guy. So I feel like a pride around him, or I feel really, really good about his heart. Now, he does make me feel that although he was alone when he passed away, people have to stop feeling sorry for him. He really doesn't remember very much, okay? Now, I want to leave you with that. He says that you have great things coming at the end of the month, and so I don't know if it's the end of this month because we're just about there now. I'm going to go with October because I would think that it's more or less still another 4 or 5 weeks to go to that kind of good news around you. So keep on smiling, Marilyn. Now, I want to thank Holly so much for interacting on the wall. And the other day, Holly, I had put a posting on my Facebook wall, Renee Simard for the French people out there. But it was, you know, a singer that my mother really enjoyed, and I enjoyed as well. And I didn't know about him until she had introduced me to him in his 70s. And I was lucky enough to be able to see him in concert in Quebec when I was quite young. But just to let you know, I really didn't follow him that much to the point where I knew any birthdays or anything. And so I knew for some reason I had to put that posting on. And so I dedicated the song to my mother. And I knew it was a message for someone out there. So I was not surprised when you were the first person to respond to that post. And when you told me that you were curious and that you just had to Google his information, you found out that his date of birth was actually the same date of death as your son. And I'm not surprised about that. I think your son's trying to say hello. He picks numbers for you. He picks 11s and 22s. He makes me feel that you see that on the clock, or that you've seen a lot of 11s and 22s, or that 11 or 22s are important numbers. If you haven't canceled an appointment in the last 2 weeks, do not cancel any appointments in the next 2 weeks, Holly. He makes me feel that there's something that needs to be visited with that. I don't know if it has to do with a bank, medical appointments. I really honestly have no clue. But he just makes me feel that there's something to do with keeping appointments last 2 weeks, next 2 weeks. Today is the 25th of September, so I would keep to about 2 weeks from today's date. You know, you're off the hook if it's after that date, just to let you know that, okay? Now, he sends through a lot of love. He really tries to give you a lot of, you know, messages, but the biggest message I have for you is that you need to let go of the guilt that you have for not being there as much as you could physically. And the thing is, I think there was reasons for that, but honestly, he was so tired when he passed, and he was so sleepy when he passed, Holly, that honestly, he does not feel his passing. And I think that's why these two people stand out, like yourself and Marilyn stand out to me today, is because these people, I feel, were alone when they passed away, or if they weren't alone, the people weren't around them as much as they should have been. But honestly, I feel so relieved when I say that your son doesn't care about that, and that he loves you so much, and that he knows the pain and the suffering that you've been through. He knows exactly, you know, what you've been going through. He tried to get your attention on Sunday, but I guess I just couldn't hear him in that crowd. But I just want you to keep on smiling, Holly. I'm happy that you're honoring your son on the internet. He's actually quite happy with some of the pictures, but he makes me feel there's one, the hair's a little bit too long on his face, and he makes me feel that he wants to look a little bit cleaner. I don't know. He's really sweet. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope you enjoyed this type of message from Spirit. You know, I'd love your comments down below this video posting. So if you have any comments at all to make, and you kind of like me picking on people that interact on my wall, I'm happy to pick on you. You know, your spirits and the people that have passed over, they're always happy. They're never sad. And, you know, even if they died in some unforeseen type of circumstance, or even if they would have died a traumatic passing, you know, that really doesn't bother them to the other side. There's no focus to it whatsoever. It's just a wave transition. It's an exit to the other side. And like really, they're so beautiful and loving, and that consciousness, you just can't get rid of that. It's always around you. So I want you to keep on honoring and loving them, and just keep on thinking of them. And, you know, you're going to see that, you know, you're going to get messages. Keep on looking for them. Ask for them and look for them. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being supportive of me and everything that I do. And I hope you have an absolutely gorgeous day. Take care. Bye-bye.